Welcome everybody to Console Gaming Radio episode 3. Andy missed the yesterday's episode, but not yesterday's episode, last week's episode. I'm here with
Andy Factor the game.
Cool, and I am Garrett GMillion in the house. Last week we had a cool show and tell, so if Andy didn't watch the episode, he missed the two items that I had to show off last week. So, and if you guys want to see the two items that were shown off, watch last week's episode 2. We have a comment. Ray said, "Love the show," but however, he didn't leave a question, so I don't even know why I read his stupid comment. But it's whatever, you know. The comment section's for people that leave questions so we can answer them. I'm just fucking with you, Ray. Thank you for the comment. And last week, thank you, Ray, for hosting with me in Andy's absence. So want to thank you for that as well. Housekeeping before we get started. Next week's big review that I'm gonna do, mainly Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation 5. That's coming out tonight at 9 p.m. and it's going to be the director's cut, so I'll probably be live streaming it on Sunday. I don't know, I might get too lazy and not do it because I've been getting into watching anime again, so that's what I've been doing all week. Since there's not a lot of games that are out right now, and I got my fill of Cold War Season 5. We'll talk about that right now. So we both been playing some Cold War, and I assume that you got into some Season 5 as well.
Yeah, like I said, I only played zombies with last week or 2 weeks ago. I've only played zombies with Cold War. That's about it. I'm not interested in multiplayer as much.
Gotcha. So Cold War came out last Thursday. It was delayed by a day. That's why I wasn't able to talk about it too much. So I'm Prestige 7 right now, and I don't know if there's a lot of new zombies experiences on Cold War. I guess there was a Outbreak section. I don't know if you played that.
There is a new Outbreak section, and of course it's 2 new guns, and there's a new Easter egg that was actually finally discovered today on the new map over Mauer der Toten or Wall of the Dead.
Okay. Did you play with your friends or did you play solo?
I did both, but I played the Outbreak map containment by myself a couple times. It's a wasteland. It's a desert wasteland, which is kind of cool, different feeling. Every time I've played it, I kept getting screwed because when I play solo Outbreak, I just rush through it because I hate the whole hour-long round one people like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept getting spawned. My exit kept getting spawned by the Orda, and I'm like, come on, I don't want to fight an Orda. I just want to leave.
Right. See, with Outbreak, that's something you got to play with other people to get your fill, I think.
Yes and no. Like, if you're trying to grind up those gems and refine Aether, whatever it's called, Aether Shells or whatever. I can't remember what it's called off the side.
Ether?
Yeah, Ether. Solo Outbreak rushing it, you can get pretty far because in one game I got enough crystals to max out Death Perception and the new field upgrade. So play from 1 to 5. So it's feasible to do it that way. It's hard, but it's feasible.
Got it. That's where I tested out the TAC 9 because I'm not really used to 3-round burst weapons or semi-automatic weapons, and that's a submachine gun. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really used to that multiplayer, and also in multiplayer I'm not even used to submachine guns. So that's where I played. That's where I used the TAC 9 is zombies. Not the new Outbreak map, but the latest zombies experience map, the one where the train station is. And at night, I don't remember the name, so.
Mauer der Toten, or I had to tell it Wall of the Dead to make it easy.
Yeah, so yeah, that little city area. That's where I leveled up that weapon, kinda. Then played on Echelon, the brand new map. That map is very weird. Like, a lot of twists and turns, a lot of flanking areas. You can actually flank on like wooden panels. You can actually jump across certain elevator shafts. You can actually, jump through a lot of windows and stuff like that. The high flanking area, it's a medium to large map. However, since it's a medium to large map and it's still 6v6, there's still a lot of action in the game, in that map for a large map. I recommend playing on ejective game modes because there's a lot of chaos when it around the objectives, pretty much.
That sounds like a fun map though, for the most part.
Yeah, it's something you got to get used to, but once you get used to, like, it's very chaotic around objectives. However, if you're playing like a team deathmatch, like a free for all, it could be really slow.
Yeah.
And the other map that I played was Showroom. It's a section in the Pines Mall.
Okay.
It's a pretty much like a store in a mall. That's how big it is. So it's like it's a clothing store, like a Macy's or a Ross.
Okay.
So, or yeah, like a Macy's or Nordstrom's, but smaller. And if you play Face Off 6v6, it's pretty much chaos.
Which chaos is fun.
Yeah. So it's a lot of chaos. So if you do like the small maps, play Showroom, and if you like longer to medium to large maps, play on Echelon. I like both of the maps. Slums is back as well, but everyone's been playing Slums since Black Ops 2. Like I said earlier, haven't tried out the TAC-9. I unlocked Kasune. She's my default operator in the main menu. So
I saw that coming.
yeah, so whenever I play zombies or whenever I play free-for-all games, I am playing as Kasune. However, she's just an operator skin, so it doesn't really matter. It's all cosmetics anyways. And speaking of Cold War, we're going to be talking about Vanguard in the news section. So what other games you been playing this week?
I have been, Yakuza Like a Dragon's still going on my channel. It's going to be on there for a long time, let's just be honest here. I may throw another game in there in between probably next month. I've been starting playing Hades. It was just released on Game Pass this past week, and I've watched that game 100 times with streams and all, and this game's amazing. I don't like roguelikes, I'll be honest with you. And the whole hack and slash, it's a very difficult game, but a lot of Greek mythology thrown into it. It's hard, but it's rewarding. It makes you want to come back for more. So I've probably put in a good like 10, 15 hours this week just in that game alone.
This week?
Yeah.
No, okay.
And of course, I'm playing Cold War Zombies because zombies is fun.
Oh, okay. And we also went over Cold War as well. Like I said earlier this week, since I haven't been playing a lot of games, I tried playing a couple indie games. I tried playing Dodgeball Academia. Couldn't get into.
I tried that. Wasn't my kind of game.
Yeah, it
either.
wasn't my kind of game either. It's not like it's me, not the game. I don't want to trash the game on purpose, because it's not my game. It's like I just don't like the art style, and that's just me.
I thought you would like it personally.
No, I don't really like the art style. The gameplay seems fine because I do like the turn-based stuff. It's just the art style that's what gets me, really.
I gotcha.
And I'm just getting tired of I'm just getting spoiled of games not being voice acted at this day and age.
I mean, lately, I feel like voice acting to me is almost like mandatory. Like I said, like I told you like a couple weeks ago with Yakuza, I wasn't really interested in it because I wanted the English dubs, and then when I saw Like a Dragon had it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finally do a Yakuza game.
Yeah. I think all the future Yakuza games are gonna be dubbed. I still don't know if they're gonna bring back the older games dubbed. I think they should for next gen. but we'll see about that. I also tried getting into shit. I don't remember. I downloaded some other games, but I didn't get into them. I looked at Road 96, but I don't know if that game's out on the Xbox.
I'm not familiar with that title.
Okay, it's either, it looks like a walking simulator, like Gone Home, or it looks like one of those I'm thinking Life is Strange games.
Okay.
It's done by a studio by one of those games. I don't know, but
Pretty much a narrative game.
yeah, it's pretty much a high narrative game. I was gonna play it, but I don't know if it's on Game Pass. I couldn't find it on there, and I don't want to spend $20 on that game because I'm gonna be spending $20 on the upgrade to Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. So if that's gonna be my game this week. Gonna go through the Iki Island expansion this week, and gonna go through the game on the PlayStation 5. I'm not gonna complete the game on the PlayStation 5. We'll see about that. I still want to get to at least a level 150 on Call of Duty, but I've been watching a lot of anime this week, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to know what kind of anime I've been watching. I caught up to Attack on Titans. Now I'm all caught up, and I just need to finish up part 2 of season 4 that's not out yet in Japanese or English, because I think they're releasing everything at the same time on that show. And started watching Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. I watched up to episode 66. I know 67 through like 90 something's all fillers, so waiting for that to finish up in English so I can start watching that again. I don't want to read subtitles, so that's why I'm waiting. I can wait. What else? I'm watching a show called Erase. I think it's Erased. It's pretty much like it's like a drama where the main character goes back in time and tries to save people.
Okay.
Like he goes back in time like 1 to 5 minutes, and he needs to find what bad, like something bad's gonna go on in the next like 1 to 5 minutes. He needs to try to save that person. So and it turned, and like I seen it before, so I don't want to spoil it, but it's like one of those high narrative shows, so I really can't get into that too much.
Gotcha.
But other than that, really haven't been doing or playing too much. Just been relaxing at home, not really doing anything. Is there any other games or anything that you want to talk about before we get on to the news?
There's only 3 I've been really playing as of late.
Oh, okay. So before we get into the Pokemon stuff, let's talk about Call of Duty Vanguard. I've been playing. I played the Battle for Verdansk event in Warzone. Overall, that event was pretty lame. For like 15 to 30 minutes, you go around shooting a train, then you blow up that train, and at the end of it, you have to exfil, but you don't, because you get bombed to hell and you die. So I think that whole event was a fucking waste. And at the end of the event, you get a trailer for the next game.
It does sound like the Cold War announcement on Warzone. It was, you had to run across that like 5 different ways, and it was just then a trailer. It's like, why?
Yeah, see, those events are dumb. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever happened, just, whatever happened to gameplay trailer, multiplayer trailer, pre-order. Get excited. Yeah. So pretty much, much Call of Duty Vanguard is the Sledgehammer games. It's gonna come out on the 4th of November. and it's going to come out for, you know, Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. On my PlayStation 5, when I pre-order it, it doesn't give me the $59.99 version. So I'm thinking there's not going to be a $59.99 version. So if any of you guys on the last generation of consoles want to play it, I think it's just going to be $69.99 for the base game now. So if you're thinking about just buying the base game for $59.99, there's no $59.99 version. So sucks for them. I don't even know if it's going to be backwards compatible for the last generation consoles. They didn't really say anything about that.
I haven't heard anything. The other thing that interests me about Vanguard is Treyarch, who did Cold War, is working with Sledgehammer with zombies.
Yeah.
They're going to continue the story with that. So either A, they're going to make Cold War at the end very lackluster with zombies and not do much more with it and just focus on Vanguard, or it's trying to convince, you know, the zombie nerds like I am to move to Vanguard. I'm like, I don't know about that for $70 for one map.
What a lot of people are saying, they're trying to make it a prequel to the zombies that we have now.
That would make the most sense. I mean, they have to do it with the current Dark Aether storyline because there's no way to go back to whatever what you want to call the original story. But it's probably actually one of the best ideas they could do is just straight up. It's like a prequel, so tell you what happens.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know, like, I don't know what happens in like the original zombies. You know, every time I try to watch one of those videos of the complete storyline of zombies, it's all convoluted. It goes back and forward in time, and it just like, and it goes to like, it goes everywhere. Then I don't even know what happens in Black Ops 4 zombies. I don't know if you can explain that one. Can you?
I didn't play that much of Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. I don't know their zombies at all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really play the games. I'm looking to see if I can find a 3 like for a cheap price so I can see the zombies in that. But for the most part, I know next to nothing. But there's those videos that try to explain the storyline is exactly right. It's the worst part. The story is so convoluted that it's just weird. They go to different dimensions. They've died multiple times. It's just one giant cycle.
Yeah. I actually picked one map, and there's a fucking dragon in Black Ops 3. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, I know that map you're talking about, too. I've seen the video on that. I'm like, this isn't even... This is weird.
Yeah. My favorite zombie maps on Black Ops 3 is the Giant. And that's a remake of I think Darius. And that's on the original Black Ops.
And like Darius to me is still probably one of the best maps ever made.
Yeah, it is.
It's so hard to top.
Yeah, it is. Then
or it could just be nostalgia value. I'm not sure which yet. But
I because it's easy to get around in that map. Like it's just I can't explain it. It's just one of the best maps in zombies. Even though like I don't know the story behind that map, but it's just one of the best maps. Just as a Call of Duty map. Well, I play a lot of zombies on the PC with Black Ops 3. I have a KFC map. I have a McDonald's map. I installed a bunch of Minecraft maps, so I don't know if you want to get into that.
Too.
In other news, there is a next gen upgrade to Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So if you want to play that with all the next gen features,
I'm so mad about that. I just like what was it? A couple months ago, I just finished my playthrough on it. I'm like, now they do an upgrade?
Right?
Seriously?
Right.
Of course.
Did you get your Series S back?
No, I just leave it over there because I'm over there so often. So I don't have a 4K TV. If I had a 4K TV, I'd be straight up recording in that, bring it back over here. But
Oh, okay.
My goal is if I can find an X, I'll just have one of each, one there, one here.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah, I
you got
have
to
one
find an
of
X.
each. I got one of each because I bought the I found Series X, I mean Series S, like very early on.
Hmm.
Best Buy had it, so I was just like, okay, I have the money. I picked it up. Then a month or two later, I found the Series X. I'm like, really? And for a while, I was trying to sell off the Series S, but no one wanted to buy it. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep it.
So one of my other good buddies drives me nuts because him and his wife have two of them, and I'm just like, how? How do
Well,
you have two of them? Can I buy one?
a couple of podcasters that I know have a couple PS5s because they're in the whole pre-order craze. People buy multiple because the whole pre-ordering structure is unreliable. So people just ended up buying multiple, and they're kind of like stuck with them.
Hmm.
So like if
Good luck.
yeah, so now my brother's trying to get a PS5, and I'm trying to get one for my brother. So Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice got a series um upgrade to the next generation consoles. So if you want to go ahead and play that,
And
I
if you haven't
highly,
played
highly
it, I
recommend it.
highly recommend it. Really good game.
Then the main meat and potatoes of the news. Are you a big Pokemon game fan?
I follow Pokemon pretty hard. I don't have a Switch, so I've been away from playing them. But I check out the Pokemon Presents actually this evening.
Oh, okay.
I was very curious.
Yeah, I checked out a recap video of it. Did not want to watch the whole presents
Hmm.
theme thing. I didn't really care about a lot of the stuff in the Pokemon universe and a lot of games that are out right now. So I didn't take a lot of notes.
I mean, but the whole thing was like, I don't like any of this.
Yeah, me too. Like only thing I really care about is the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl game, to be honest with you.
And Diamond and Pearl, like if anybody ever saw my old live streams, is one of my least favorite ones. So I just did. It's one of my least favorite ones because I stopped playing around that time. Then it come back to black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So I just never really bought into Diamond and Pearl.
Okay. See, I got out of Pokemon during the Game Boy Advance era.
Okay.
Because I don't think
I
I
think
had a
that's
Game Boy Advance until the SPs came out. So by then there was a couple of there was Ruby and Sapphire, then there was the Leaf
Fire
Green and
Red
the
and Leaf
Fire
Green.
Red. And back then I was just like really into the Xbox craze. So let's get into Pokemon Presents. Pokemon Unite is finally coming to mobile in September 22nd, 2021. You could do like a pre-sign up now on your mobile device. Then after 2 point after a, I forgot what the exact number is, but if there's enough signups, people will get certain rewards and all that. They're adding 2 new Pokemon. I don't really care about that because I don't play Pokemon Unite. So if you're into Pokemon Unite, there you go. Um,
Uh, if you're a fan of League of Legends, you probably like Unite. If you hate League of Legends, you're gonna be like me. Don't play Unite. Unite's made by the same people as League of
right.
Legends.
Let's see. They showed off Pokemon Cafe remix, and they also showed off some of Pokemon Masters EX. I didn't realize Pokemon Masters EX has been out for more than 2 years.
I remember these two coming out with lackluster reviews or just praise. I tried Masters years ago and I wasn't impressed. So I don't really have faith in either game, to be honest with you.
Okay. Now there's new stuff in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, but I'm just gonna call them Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So better graphics. It's not like a full on graphical haul like Final Fantasy VII remake. It's just better shadows, new textures, and better shading. It's pretty much same game, but up-resed a little bit. They added more stuff to do in the underground areas, so like you can have underground bases with Pokemon statues, and they also added what's it called?
Secret bases.
The new Pokemon. The secret bases, and the new secret places called Pokemon.
Hideaways.
Yeah, I can't see my damn document. See, same Pokemon hideaways, and the cool thing about that is certain Pokemon will show up if you have certain statues in place.
Now, secret bases have been around. I think they originally started either Ruby and Sapphire, or it was Diamond and Pearl. I know they've existed for a while. I just don't remember when they came from. So it's interesting to see that back in the game.
Yeah, but the narrator said it wasn't in Diamond and Pearl, so it could have been either in Ruby or Sapphire or Black and White.
I want to say it's Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, okay.
I remember doing it before. I just can't remember where.
Gotcha. Now, I love Diamond and Pearl, so I'm definitely gonna play it. It comes out in November. I forgot the actual date. I don't think I wrote it down.
It's like late November, right around Thanksgiving
late November.
time.
Then there's trainer customizations, so you can change your trainer's clothing, and then you can actually see Pokemon out in the wild. Like when you watch the footage of the underground, you can actually see the Pokemon. Then there's stickers you gotta put on the looks like on the Pokeball, and if you certain stickers will have certain animations when the Pokemon comes out of the Pokeball. So I guess if you're into all that weird shit, there you go. I just want to get to point A, point B of the game, catch Pokemon, see how many I could catch up and trade. I don't really care about online battles. That's not my thing on Pokemon, so I'm just more into the single player stuff. You haven't played anything on the DS you haven't played anything on the 3DS, right? When it comes to Pokemon?
I played Sun and Moon.
Gotcha.
And the Alpha Water or what?
Alpha Ruby Mega Sapphire.
Yeah.
Tried getting into that one. I stopped. I couldn't get into Sun and Moon, but I got into Ultra Sun and Moon for some reason.
That was the same way I was, except I kind of gave up on when I got partway through Sun and Moon. I'm like, this is kind of sucky, and I just stopped playing it. So it's been a weird ride for me with Pokemon the last couple years. So I don't know.
Yeah. I really got into Red and Blue when that first came out. Then I just kind of got out of it until really Diamond and Pearl.
Somewhere I have my blue version still with all 150 Kata on it.
How many missing nodes you have?
At least 3 boxes full, if I remember right.
No. Okay.
Somehow the game didn't crash. It didn't restart.
Yeah, there you go. Any other Pokemon stuff that you care to talk about? I'm not really a big fan of the new direction that they're going with Pokemon Unite. They're trying to make it more like Breath of the Wild. The game looks
Pokemon
good.
Legends. Yeah, the Legends game.
Yeah, the Legends Arceus.
See, but that game actually interests me. It's a different style of Pokemon game. I like the fact it is kind of like Breath of the Wild. I'm not a Zelda fan. I'll go ahead and throw that out there. I know I'm hated by the majority of the people now in the world, but I'm really curious how that's set up because we never really had like a prequel to like how do they even interact with people when Pokemon interact with each other. I mean, this kind of has a good concept to it. I mean, I have faith to it, but I don't know if it's gonna be one of those things that I'll go buy and Switch for because I don't have a Switch.
Gotcha. Either a lot of people, like either people love the new directions that they're going for, or a lot of people are not liking the new directions that Game Freak is going for. So, as you're aware, Diamond and Pearl is not done by the same developers as Game Freak, so that's why they're able to, put them out very close to each other. Do you think Pokemon Legends is actually going to get delayed?
I would almost guarantee. I don't see them having that many games back to back to back for one of them not to be delayed. And I feel like that one would be the delayed one of any
Right.
of them.
I'm thinking that's going to get delayed until like late March.
That sounds about right.
I think Nintendo wants to push that game back until the end of their fiscal year quarter.
Yeah.
So game releases that pretty much that I really care about mainly this week. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. So if you haven't played it last year and you have a PlayStation 5, it's $70 brand new if you don't own the game at all, because Sony likes their $70 games because they're arrogant pieces of shit. And Road 96 if you're into the narrative games. If you're into games like Gone Home or Life is Strange, those two games interest me. That's why I'm recommending them. Is there any new releases that you recommend?
Not right off it. I haven't really followed too much of the current releases, so I don't really have much of an opinion to give. I've been kind of busy with a lot of everything right now.
Yeah, same here. So where can people find you?
Currently, you can still see my YouTube channel right now. I'm working on Yakuza Like a Dragon on Factor the Game. Twitter, still Factor the Game. I did want to bring up one more thing news-wise before we end things off, because, of course, they did this. So our good friends at Bethesda decided, you know what we really need in this life?
What?
We need another edition of Skyrim.
You know what? I just heard about that like 5 minutes before the podcast. I don't even know if you wanted to talk about it.
It makes me laugh because it's the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim. We're getting another special anniversary, including a fishing update.
Now, are they just going to update the original version?
I don't know at this point. I mean, how many times they've done it? I've played the HD remaster, the Xbox Game of the Year edition that came out when Bethesda got taken over by Xbox or Microsoft. It's gonna go to next gens, so I'm curious where it goes, but I'm not gonna go out and buy it. I mean, it's probably gonna be on Game Pass eventually, so if it's on Game Pass,
it's gonna be on Game Pass because it's Bethesda.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for New Vegas to go on. Is it New Vegas or 3 it's missing? I think it's 3 it's missing on Game Pass, which makes me sad. Well, Fallout 3.
That's weird.
I had to before I settled on Yakuza, I was gonna do Fallout 3, but I wanted to do on next gen, and it wasn't there. And I'm like, I'm not paying for it. So
how much is it? Like $10?
It is. I still have. I don't. Oh, it's right there. I still have the Fallout 3 Collector's Edition.
Well, you can still do it unless your Xbox doesn't have a disc drive.
I could just play it if I wanted to, but I like my lunchbox. I don't want to open my lunchbox.
Is it still sealed?
No, but
okay.
I bought it used online for like $10 when the game was still like $30. I'm like, I'm happy with this. I got a deal on it.
Got it. Yeah, collector that I watched on YouTube had it, and his house burned down because of California fires, and that was one of the items that was lost.
I have about 30 or so collector's editions behind me. Just
see behind this green screen, I have like over 100 360 games. I don't even know what I'm gonna deal with them. And like over 50 original Xbox games. So people could find you on YouTube, Factor the Game, and Twitter, Factor the Game, right? Or the Game Factor.
I think it is Factor the Game. I think that's what.
Oh, okay. See,
Yep, Factor the Game.
people could find me. I have 3 different channels. Obviously, we have Console Gaming Radio, our newest channel. So please subscribe to that. That'd be great. Leave a question in the comments section so we can answer them on next week's episode. And I have my main channel that I barely upload to now. That's GMillion, and my streaming channel called Gstreamz. I stream about once or twice a week. Thursdays for sure. I stream randomly on other days, so depends on my work schedule on there. Then I might start uploading gameplay again because I think uploading gameplay. I don't know what's gonna be easier, uploading gameplay or streaming. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So go ahead and subscribe me on all 3 of those channels. Those are gonna be in the description. Any last words before we head out?
I got really nothing else.
Cool. So next week, pretty much I'll give you guys my take on Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.